So, although it appears it's a Sunday, it doesn't feel like a Sunday because there is lots to do. It is my mother's birthday today, the matriarch, Gail. It's her birthday today. There's birthday parties for Lennon, my niece, Curtis's daughter, Griffin, James's son. His birthday party is today. Now, I can't attend all of those because I have to do a little business today, too. The Winback sale book. Mario had said to me, he goes, hey, I'm going to Winback on Sunday. I have an appointment. You want to go? I probably should, shouldn't I? So I'm not going to have time to run back and forth after the Ohio sale in time to view and inspect these yearlings. So today is the only day that I could do that. So while the kids and Amy are going to be at a couple of birthday parties, I'm going to be looking at some babies. Then I'm going to head over to Lennon's birthday party. That's where my mother's staying right now, is at Curtis's. Wish her a happy birthday and hang out with the rest of the McDonald family that is over there. But, man, oh man, there's just so much going on right now. This is the meatiest part of the order for us, right? This is it. This is the busiest part of the year. Yes, breaking the babies. Yes, going to the sales. Yes, racing and stake season finals. They're all difficult, but you get one little piece of overlap, right? The finals for Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York. Hey, we made it in, right? We made it in with Taiwan on, Bomb Hugger, Sweet on Pete, Slim Jimmy. People can say what they want. We made it into the finals. 8 or 9 horse field in Pennsylvania. We have one of the best fillies in the entire division. 8 horse field, I believe, in New York. We still have one of the top fillies, even though she made a break and skipped the last leg. Still have one of the top fillies in New York. Sweet on Pete made it in. 8 on the gate. One of them's ours in the filly division and the colt division. We have had an absolutely tremendous year at the stable.ca, both here in Ontario and in the States. Now, you can tell, we've always cautioned and told people how difficult it is in Ontario. We have a colt that I was positive was a gold colt, and I'm not so certain he isn't still, but he's not one of the best in Renegade Gypsy, winning 57 by 9 lengths in the pouring rain, wrapped up in Kawartha. Just a horse. But he's got the mechanics to be a very, very good horse next year. As I said earlier on, we were talking about bouncing around the idea of the Champlain, the Wellwood, blah, 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 and I said, we have to recognize mistakes of the past, and we have to fix the future of the stable. And that is, I guess, the entire thought process for the stable for myself this year is understanding and recognizing what didn't work, and just as important, recognizing what did work, expanding on what did, and dissipating what didn't. So that is the theme here at the stable in 2021. You guys know where I'm going with that when it goes to how we're going to approach the sales. We've had a number of people say, okay, we get it. You sold out the Ohio sale. Congratulations. Now, what are we going to do about Ontario and Lexington? So I'd like to defer that question answering that question until after the Ohio sale, simply because I don't know what's going to work and what's not. I want to make sure that everybody does get shares. And if this process works, then awesome. That's fantastic. If there's something about it that we don't like, then let's fix it. So we have time. The sale in Ohio is September 17th. We'll start putting in place some of the foundation pieces for Ontario, as Ontario's first sale is September 26th. Now, we do have Goshen. We do have Illinois. Will we not be active? No, I never said that. But I don't think there's a necessity to put a plan in place. I think we're going to treat both Goshen, which I found 2 horses I like, by the way, both Goshen and Illinois. There's some Ontario breds in Illinois. There's some interesting horses in Illinois sale. But in past years, the last couple of years, nothing has been affordable in Illinois. So it's kind of been an afterthought. It's been pushed aside. But it's not really an afterthought in my mind. Look how quick the lineup builds here. When we pulled up to Starbucks right here, obviously I'm doing a video, so I didn't want to get in line. But when I pulled up to Starbucks here, there was no one in line. Now there's like 8 cars. It gets much deeper. We're going to have to get in line. So when it comes to Illinois and Goshen, it's not that we're not going to be in play, because we could be. But I think we're going to treat it much like we did the Ohio sale last week. Don't really know what we're going to do going in. If we get a horse, great, we'll buy horses. Now, you can see why it's important for me to change the way we do business, though, with all the shares still available in that Ontario filly should have no shares available at the money we paid for. You can make an argument and say, okay, the Ohio colt, he's a medium-sized colt with very mediocre breeding. You can't seriously expect me to buy in him. Okay, you win. I'll let it float for a while. I like this colt. I can't wait to see him under video, but I digress. We'll move past that, and we'll talk about that at a later date. There are some horses here in this book that I have written down. I have 19 numbers I want to look at out of, how many we got here? About 100 and, not about. We have exactly 136, I believe. 136 babies. So 19 of them I want to look at. I'm sure Mario's got some extra horses on his list he wants to look at, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So, as I said, the Ohio sale is set in place. Everything is put together. All the lots have been sold. I'll make this statement. If there is anybody out there dying for a lot, we do have 2 or 3 or 4 people that have bought multiple lots, 20, 15, 10, and they said, geez, I didn't realize you'd sell out so quick. If you need a couple of lots, obviously, we could make do with less. So if there's somebody out there in desperate need of a lot and really wants to get involved in the way that we put together the Ohio sale, then we will. We do, I suppose, have a couple of lots left. But as of right now, they're all spoken for. That leaves how the end of the sale is going to work. Now, just to reiterate what we're doing, 75 lots have been purchased. There's 100 lots in total. 75 have been purchased. Those 75 lots will constitute 1% of every horse we purchase in the Ohio sale. So each lot will have 1% of every horse we purchase in the Ohio sale, up to $250,000 US. 25% of every horse will be left. Now, for 3 days, only the people that bought into the partnerships, the lots, will be able to buy buy shares from that 25%. After that 3-day window, it's a free-for-all to everybody at the stable.ca. Now, we've had some people that have sent in requests already. Anthony, can you, if I send in money, can you hold a couple of shares? These are people that didn't have $2,500. So absolutely, I want to help everybody else out that I can, and I will. After that, now obviously everybody will have 1% of every horse that has a lot. Some of those people won't want pacers or trotting colts or trotting fillies, and we'll put those horses' shares up for sale. So as I said to everybody out there, you are going to have an opportunity to buy shares at the stable. Don't worry about that. But I put it in place so that for 14 days, people cannot sell their private shares in the lots. And that's pretty obvious. It's because we want to get ours cleaned up. The whole point of this process is to get our shares, the stable.ca shares, sold out as quickly as they can, right? And that's simply because I can't carry them. I can't keep carrying them all through sale season. It puts me in a difficult, compromised position financially, and I just don't want to do that this year. And nor do I think I have to. So I believe we're all on the same page when it comes to what's best for the stable is best for everybody, and putting together a format that achieves what we need to do, but in a more spread out way it makes more sense to me. I think actually looking back on what I just said, I made it more complicated. But nevertheless, the Ohio sale is taken care of. What we do for this sale and for the other Ontario sale and any Ontario breds we buy is up for discussion. We've had a number of people that have messaged me and said, well, can we just have an Ontario partnership? And say, okay, yes, but here's the problem I have is that I don't want to keep making it an expensive buy-in. So how do I make it less? Turn that down, both of you right now. How do I make it less?
It's a book, it doesn't have any sound.
Yeah? How about I take your little book and throw it out the window? How would that be? You're 10 right now, and the little snarl you have in your voice, that's going to dissipate when you're around Daddy. See me? I'm Daddy. We don't use the snarl or the book, out the window. Okay. So, little teaching lesson I got from Gail 101 right there. So, when it comes to Ontario, I was thinking about it the other night. That lady's angry because I blocked the driveway. Sorry. Ooh, she's angry. Thank God we're in Canada. If that had been Ohio. So what can we do? So it's simple. I can't believe I didn't think about this before. Why don't we just make 4 groups? If we're going to put together, say, $200,000 for Ontario, which is a fair number, I think. It may not even need to be. It may not even need to come to that. I'd have to look. A lot of the numbers we come up with are not just, we're just going to pull the numbers out of a hat. These are past numbers, right? What did we spend last year, the year before, the year before that? Look at a ratio of that and say, okay, this is the number we're going to come up with. That's how we come up with $250,000 for the Ohio sale. When it comes to Ontario, I think $200,000 I think is fair. And when it comes to what type of horses we're buying, well, we have 2 sales, Lexington and Harrisburg. So if we're not buying just from one specific sale, how do we put those partnerships together? What do they look like? How do we fill them up? I think it's quite clear. We just make the partnerships $50,000 partnerships and have $500 buy-ins. Does that not seem easier for everybody? And somebody had said to me the other day, I had bounced this idea off one of our clients that I've been working on with the partnerships, and they said, well, who would pick the horses to win there? I would. What do you mean, who would pick the horses to win there? I would pick them. Well, what if somebody wants to pick their own horses? I need to stop everybody in their tracks right now with this. I need to pick my own horses. Go ahead, pick your own horses. They're not going to be the Slim Jimmies, I can tell you that. They're not going to be Sweet on Pete's, as everybody was dumping them and pitching them out last year in May. No one knows. If I don't know, you don't know. I can guarantee you that. And I don't know. So if no one knows how good the horses are going to be, what's it matter who we put into the groups? Who we put into the partnerships? And for that matter, if you don't like a horse in your partnerships, the way that Eric has set up these partnerships, now Eric is the site provider, the back end guy. He's the StableCA.com. The way Eric put them together was so smart and so easy. You can sell all your shares. You buy, if we have a $50,000 partnership that has 3-4 horses in it, you can sell whatever shares you want out of there and buy them from someone else. They're your horses. So it really doesn't matter who is in the groups, right? Group 1, 2, 3, 4 Ontario, however you want to play it out. That's how I see it going in my head, so that everybody can get in. Everybody can get in, and we still have the freedom to move around inside the site. So I'm going to talk to Eric about that this week. But as far as Ontario goes, that's the way I see it going, the best for everybody. And I'm asking. I'm obviously telling you this so that we can open a dialogue and talk about it. So that's how I see the Ontario stuff going. Maybe even Kentucky. We will see moving forward. I have reached the microphone. 1 second. You guys don't want anything, right?
Yeah.
Tim Hortons? Okay.
Good morning.
Hi, can I get a grande salted caramel cold brew, please? And that's it.
For sure. All right, that'll be $5.
Thank you.
Oh my God, it is hot here today. I opened the
Good
window.
Thing we're going to the pool party.
Yeah, I have to go to the sale party. Man, oh man, it's a sweltering day here in Ontario. I didn't realize how hot it was till I opened the window. We had the air conditioning on. Oh my God. It is 9:42. Honey, don't do that. It was 9:42 in the morning. It's 9:42 in the morning. It's 25, but I'm in the shade. It feels like it's a lot hotter. It's going to be a scorcher. So that's what we're planning on doing for the sales. Now, obviously, it's worked out great for the Ohio partnership. Let's keep this moving into the Ontario sales, into Lexington, into Harrisburg. Now, I had told you we are going to be selling a number of our sophomores, and I think some of that should help mitigate some of the Harrisburg sale costs. But at the same time, that isn't the stable's money. We have people that own those horses. So at the same time, we are going to work forward in that manner. I think it makes sense for everybody, but I am interested to hear from everybody out there on what they think. So we're leaving here. I'm leaving here. I'm going to go down. I'm going to put the harness on, what's that guy's name? The little Dewey Ann's colt. I'm going to put the harness on him, go out and jog him and see how he is. Try not to get killed. We are prepping for multiple stake finals this week. Now, we'll be training Sweet on Pete and Slim Jimmy on Tuesday for their Sunday final. Tim will be training Taiwan on Monday for her Friday final. Saturday, I'm going to train Bomb Hugger, probably 58 or 59, which is 6 days out of her final at Yonkers. I would suspect we'll put her back on the road Sunday heading towards Mark Beckwith and Melissa Beckwith's farm. And we will look to race her again. We're going to make a few little tinkers with her shoeing. I think she'll be back to 105% for the final in Yonkers. And then she has one more race, and that would be 2 eliminations and a final in Freehold at the New Jersey Development Fund. Coincidentally, Blue Bayou Dio fits the same race. So, who else does? Who else fits those races? Duke Dio, potentially. There's one other colt. Oh, Amy's colt, Unbeatable Kemp, also potentially fits it.
It's my colt.
So, is it now? So, we're prepping for multiple stake finals this week. And as I said, this is the busiest time of year because I'm trying to get the farms so you get that overlap. You're trying to stay in driver-trainer mode with Jason and focus on the horses, get them trained up, make sure they're 105% to go into the final. But at the same time, I'm in sale mode, which makes me look at the sales, look at videos, go to farms, look at yearlings. So right now is the busiest time of year for me and the most stressful. We had the finals, we have horses racing, and we have the sales coming up. The biggest sale in Ohio is on the 17th, but we do have a couple of sales in between. Goshen and Illinois, I touched on those briefly, but they are going forward. They are imminent. So there is a lot going on at the stable. What else? So, I guess that's about it. I mean, I could come on and talk about how proud I was. World for Two took a 2-year-old mark last night. 55-2 in the mud. A lot of people saying, why didn't you go? Come on. I'm home with my family, my wife and kids, and it rained at Georgian. There may have been a mild discussion of going down the road and, eating out somewhere near Georgian, racing the colt and heading home. Not in the mud. That's a big negative. By the way, Georgian Downs is surface, just like cement. I would rather dip my head in cement than go race in Georgian Downs on a muddy Saturday night. Travis Henry did a great job, got the horse around. He looked great. I was very, very happy with him. I got to train Grace Saturday at the farm. She trained very good. I think she's all straightened away. We made some shoeing and equipment changes on her. I trained Northern Blizzard. I thought he was good. His right front foot is still hurting him, but he trained good. He looked good. Both of them will be going behind the gate to qualify on Tuesday morning. So my work here at the barn is done. I'm going, well, technically, I still have to break that colt. The other 2 colts, if you're wondering, the Cash Deals and the Credit Colt are both back in Ontario now. I dropped them off in Mario's barn. They were down on horses, plus World for Two was leaving. So I dropped those colts there and told them, all the yearlings that we buy will be coming up to the top barn for the first part when we get going with them. So prepping for sales, prepping for stake finals, getting the babies done here, getting Grace and hopefully Northern Blizzard back on track, back on the track, and back going. That's what this weekend was all about. Now I am heading to the Look and Inspect Yearlings for the Ontario Select Yearling Sale. Got to get that taken care of today. Then I'm going to swing by, see my niece Lennon, my nephew Griffin at their birthday parties. And then tomorrow morning sometime I'm going to head back to Ohio. Got to hook onto the trailer and head back empty. And see what's going on, what's coming up this week. We have a new addition to the stable in So and Sue, who is going to race. So and Sue is going to race Wednesday with the rail, so interested to see how that'll go. Just so much going on right now, it's just rattling around in my head. But for now, a beautiful Sunday here in Ontario. I'm going through the Starbucks drive-thru. This is the start of my busy Sunday. Breaking a baby, going to the sale to inspect babies, going to birthday parties, and then back to Ohio tomorrow. So I will talk to you soon. I hope you had a fantastic weekend, because I most definitely did.